How pathetic can some people be?
I don't like staying at people's houses on the road. Don't like other people's showers. I can never adjust the temperature right. I don't know the ratios on the dials. You know, sometimes a 16th of an inch is 1,000 degrees. There's always that little hair stuck on the wall of somebody else's shower. And you want to get rid of it, but you don't want to touch it. I don't know how it got up that high in the first place. But we have to fight these battles. We're all alone in the bathroom. Whatever goes wrong, you have to handle it. You ever go to a big party, go in the bathroom, flush your toilet, and the water starts coming up? This is the most frightening moment in the life of a human being, right here. You will do anything to stop this. You'll lose your mind, start talking to the toilet. No, please don't do this to me. Come on. You know this is not my fault. I'll get you the blue thing, the man in the boat. Just let me off the hook this one time.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOC.
That is exactly what happened to this unnamed woman. Thank God her name is left out of this, because she would be... I don't know how Tinder works. What do you swipe them to? What side do you swipe them to if you don't want
I don't know, but you swipe one way to like them and swipe the other way to move on. I think swiping to the left is that's a match.
To the left is a match. To the right is get rid of them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one or the other, but
whichever way, she would be the one that you would want to get rid of after this. She'd been out on a romantic Tinder date with Liam Smith. Before they went back to his place for a little nightcap, she says, "Can I use your bathroom?" He said, "Sure. It's the first door on the right." She went to the bathroom and flushed the toilet, and the water came up.
Too much toilet paper, I'm telling you, people.
She got panicked. And she decided she didn't want to have it seem that she clogged the toilet. So she decided to, I don't know how this works into your rationale, but she decided to pick up the stool and throw it out the window. Now,
So wait a second. I'm just trying to understand her thought process. So I'm guessing she thought, okay, the toilet's plugged.
There's too much
I'll just
stool.
grab the stool out of there so he doesn't think I pooped. He'll just think that I used too much toilet paper when I wiped the other thing, and that won't look as bad. So wait, why do you have poop under your fingernails? Oh, gosh.
So she tried to throw it out the window. When she threw it out the window, it fell down into a narrow gap between the property she was in and the neighboring property. So then she had no choice but to confess what happened to her date, Liam Smith. She tells him, "Listen, I clogged your toilet. Then I used my hands to dig my poop out of your toilet and then throw it out the window. But then it fell down between a gap."
Why tell him? Why not just walk away?
Leave.
Just say, you know what, the date's over. Hey, good. Sorry.
She's
good
worried
luck.
about that Tinder rep, dog. She's worried about
her Tinder rating, like an Uber rating.
Yeah.
Gotta be a 5-star. Gotta be a 5-star.
So then Smith had a great idea Well, what happened was...
The boyfriend or the guy?
Not a boyfriend. No, he doesn't want to be known as a boyfriend.
The guy on the date.
Yes, the Tinder date.
What was his idea?
His idea was to lower her down to try to attempt to retrieve it between the gap.
God, are you serious?
When she got lowered down by him while she was trying to fish out her own poo, she got wedged upside down and eventually had to be rescued by firefighters. This caused the window in which she was being lowered down out of to break.
Yeah.
And now he has launched a GoFundMe page to replace the broken window.
Well, how much could a window be? A GoFundMe page, really? Because it was your idea to lower your date out the window so she could pick up her poop so it didn't bother your neighbors. It's so weird. You can't even write this stuff. Like, this can't be made up. Why would you... if I'm the girl, I'm like,
You just walk out.
Why would she do this? Why would she say, okay, you know what? You put me up through the window, and I'll use my hand, and I'll use some toilet paper, and I'll get the poop.
This is why.
Like, she must have really wanted that second
This
date.
girl's life is riddled with bad decisions. First of all, she's on Tinder.
Right,
okay.
right.
Second of all, she thinks it's wise to, instead of use a plunger to remedy the situation in a toilet.
Well, he might not have had one, Jeff.
Toilet emergency. She thinks it's wise to use her own hands.
Never
to do it.
in a million years is that an option for me to stick my hand in a toilet and pick up my own.
I grab bath towels. I do whatever I can, and then I run to the store and I buy the plunger.
Right. I'm not. Yeah. I'm saying, hey, you know what? Your toilet's plugged up. I got to run to the store. Or, hey, I got to run out.
Then I don't think, okay, maybe I'll just toss it out the window and be really bad with my throw.
Didn't it land like on a ledge or something like that?
Yeah, in between.
Right below the.
Right in between the window and the house next door.
I'm looking
really
at
tight gap.
I'm looking at the picture, and what you have to understand is it's one of these old school windows from a long time ago where only the top half of the window opens and the bottom half stays closed. Like nowadays, it would slide up. Well, their window slid down.
Yeah.
So that's how she got stuck. Jeez. That's gross. Oh, gosh. And, this all could have been avoided.
This is great news for everybody, though, because everybody's been on a first date or a date, period, and had it go bad to the point where you could never, ever go out with that person again.
Even see them in public.
Yeah, even see them in public. Everybody's had that situation, but nobody's had it this bad, okay?
By the way, the thing that would have, prevented this from happening, the courtesy flush.
Yeah.
As soon as you release, you hit the plunger, and that way there's only toilet paper in the toilet, because really nobody clogs up the toilet with one of their own, you know what I mean, giant turds. It's always the toilet paper because people use too much. The courtesy flush will eliminate odor and the chance of plugging the toilet. With this being the outcome. Because if it was just toilet paper, over time, that toilet paper would have broken down due to the water, and it would have flushed. Instead, she now is a national story. She's banned from Twitter because no one will date her.
She's international because this happened in the UK.
Oh, I'm sorry. International is right. Yeah, that's right. This is an international story. That's so gross.
She tried and tested the inside-out bag as a glove technique. So at least she wasn't using her bare hands.
Oh, God. It's just the whole thing. I know you're a college student, but I'm sure you can afford a plunger, especially in this situation. I almost think this guy's funny. This is a hilarious story. If I'm this guy, I'm like, yeah, did you hear about this time I was on Tinder? Yeah, I took this girl home. She took a big, And then she told me about it. So I made her go in and pick it up with her hands and throw it out the window.
Thankfully for her, the window on the glass, because that's the only picture of her in the story, the window on the bathroom glass is frosted. So it's a privacy window, so you can't look in. Like it looks into the shower of the guy's house. So then that way you don't have to see her face, because they were nice enough to leave her unnamed on that one.
This makes me think of bathroom etiquette when I go to someone else's house. It's like you never want to have to do that unless you absolutely have to do that. Like I usually, there's steps and measures you take before you go to someone's house. Because
plan it out.
You don't want to be in that situation where you have to go out and go, hey, by the way, you got a plunger.
That is sloppy bathroom management. If you are a guest using a visiting bathroom, and you clog up the toilet, that you did not take the steps, because you don't know how other people's equipment operates.
Right, exactly.
So
you don't know what their water pressure's like.
You need to be super careful and diligent in taking care of your needs.
Right. And if you ever go to somebody's house, they have one of those turbo flushers, and it's it feels like it's going to suck you down. You kind of start to wonder what their habits are.
Yeah.
Why do they need this?
You went in.
I'm glad you have it, but that's why do you have this, by the way? Why do you have the TurboJet 5000 flusher?
Yeah, why did you invest in that?
I also have to shut the shower curtain if the shower curtain's open and you're in a bathroom and you're staring into the. I can't stand looking into people's showers, because you'll start to see gross things, because showers get mildewy, and then the soap is there. How about I am so anal about cleaning the bar of soap off to make sure there was no hair on it before I put it back. Because if something happens to me and I never make it back to my bathroom and somebody has to use my bathroom, I don't want there to be a big hair on there. I mean, it's like every day. It's like the thing that, Well,
that's why I don't use bar of soap. But my wife does use a bar of soap, and I will inspect the bar of soap that my wife uses and make sure that it's, which I think she does a fine job of taking care of it and cleaning it off. But sometimes, who knows? One of my hairs could come off on it, and I don't want to be blamed on anything on it.
You're in a situation where you share. I use my own, so it's all me. I can't blame it on anyone. You. I can't blame it on my kids. I can't blame it on my wife. I can't blame it on the dog. I can't blame it on anybody but me. So that's my mom. My mom comes over and she's there like, 20 minutes. And then she sends me a text like, when's the last time you cleaned your shower?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I get home and she's in there scrubbing the shower. She's like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, I clean it all the time. Apparently I just don't put the elbow grease into it that you do.
See, that's the thing. We always take it for granted. Like the stuff around our house it's our filth. So we're like, we'll let it go a little bit. But then, if you take a look at, you always have to look at your house from an outsider's perspective. You're like, okay, well, if I was just seeing this house for the first time, especially when you have people coming over, if I'm just seeing this house for the first time, what would I think about that, and that? And then you got to go through and fix those things.
This spray from brushing the teeth on the mirror in front of the sink.
Something you overlook.
That's something that is easy to overlook, but it's the first thing I judge people on. Is like, oh my God, if they let this go, what else am I not seeing that is still there?
I got you on that. I'm the same way.
And I'm pissed off because those little bubbles that have the scrubbers on it, it's in the commercial. You spray it on, it's foam, it turns different colors, and apparently that stuff doesn't work unless you scrub afterwards. I thought the whole point of that stuff was you just spray it on and rinse it off.
No, cartoon bubbles don't come out of the of the can and do the work for you. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.